I decided in 2019 to have a big vision. I decided myself to think as big as possible. And when I saw like Elon Musk like shooting a car in the universe, or I'm not sure at what point that was exactly, but at a certain point I realized for myself that with all the technology available and the mindset developed and the access to millions of people, if we do it the right way, we can, in a certain way, have the power to actually really shape the future we desire by building our own little ecosystem and a community that got each other's back. But the problem is we have too many email addresses, we have too many tasks, we have too many calendars we use. We already have a lot of people, even in my age, who are not really advanced with how they use technology. Most of the time, technology is like actually using them and taking the time from them. Anyways, I just told Philip that I want to ask him something because there's something I'm feeling, and I would like to get like a feedback to not like only imagine it myself, but really having like a proof how it actually is in reality. Because it's something like, what's your, how to say, like how do other people, how you say?
How other people are viewing the same situation as you, but from different sides? Like what?
No, it's like for like the question at the end is, I would like to ask Philip how he feels if I'm like super enthusiastic and telling him about all those ideas and everything. Because when I was younger, as soon you're like trying to think big and you talk with others, most of the time they really let you down. They do not believe in it, or they don't want to believe in it, because if they would allow themselves to do it, they would need to question a lot of things in their lives, and this is really hard. So with my experience in the past, I still sometimes feel it a little bit, but based on the fact that I'm really like making sure that the people around me I can openly communicate with, now I have the opportunity to ask Philip how this is for him, because in the past the feedback was more like calm down, it's like you're trying to show off or anything like this. Even if it didn't happen too much, because most of the time I was just running by myself and I maybe shared like 10% of what's really happening, but sometimes that was even like too much for people. So I always know now, like, no, I'm not going to communicate too much with everyone, but select like certain people and try step by step to see how far can you go in like sharing your questions in different areas, because we are like, sometimes we are really scared about the reaction of the other person, while at the end we should not really be, because if the reaction is negative while we had only positive intentions, the problem is definitely on the other side, and it's something you need to agree on, that you allow yourself to grow together. So it really depends like who's really your friend and who's just somebody you hang out with in different occasions. So yeah, that's a question. How is that for you, Philip, if I'm expressing my how to say, like my ideas, my visions, and like how I think about certain things.
Enthusiasm,
yes.
yeah. It's very interesting to hear, and it kind of depends on who you talk to, I think. Because if you are in a similar circle than we are,
yeah,
you have seen a lot from very little, right? So you actually believe in ideas and concepts, right, especially if there's proof of concept with other projects. I mean, if you look around here, like you've done some stuff, and one thing that includes, or that leads to like one big resource bar, if you want to call it that, is structure, right? Because you've optimized so many workflows for so many things. Right. So if you tell me you want to do X, Y, Z, with the brand that you have in place now, and the way that you think about structures and managing people and getting the community together, that then will also help to execute the whole vision, right?
Right.
Since you're there, I do believe that all these things are possible if there's proper execution and a little bit of luck, and that is how that goes.
Luck.
The only thing where I can't really properly relate is probably Web3, okay, because I have a bit of an education gap. Like I've played.
I'm trying hard to make him explain like how Web3 is going to change the life of everyone in this community. But it's good, because I had the same conversations about NTNK and everything now is already established and proven. I had like years ago about other topics, and now it's just still the same thing, because Web 3.0 is so far away, while fashion is a little bit closer to people, or art is a little bit closer to people, or for instance, education is a little bit closer to people. So people can sooner understand, like, if you explain a concept around that, but as soon the concept like rises out of their expertise, it's really hard to judge if something is like worth listening to or not. So you really need to know someone, or someone has to have a really, really strong brand, what I'm trying to build here by doing what I'm doing. And then if that person keeps on proving themselves, there's no other reason for like not putting like trust. And by that, like, we can really like maximize our potential. So now I'm just at the part of like getting like closer, getting like deeper in the Web 3.0 topic, to narrow it as much down that it will be even understandable for people who might never really heard about a Web 3.0. So that is the goal, because at the end it's all communication, and as better I can communicate, as more of you I can reach at the end. So it's my duty to go as deep as possible. Or as Einstein said, if you cannot explain it to a small kid, then, or like in one sentence, I think he said in one sentence, right? Then you didn't understood it. So sometimes we think we got it and we try to explain it, the other person don't get it, then we obviously didn't get it like on a deep enough level to to communicate that in a certain matter. So yeah, that was far again, just for that.
Yeah, well, that happens. Yeah, I guess my point would have just been, like, I've played over 20,000 hours of World of Warcraft, which pretty much surrounded status and digital items. Right. So I get the community aspect and how it's going to work and how status is going to be communicated. But I just came from NFT London for a project as well. And the things that I hear there is just a little bit of, to some extent, gatekeeping the community, because it's like more speakers than people actually attending, and then I don't think that content is even published, like 1,200 speakers or something, or like a crazy amount, and then there's no content public to actually help the scene. It just feels like a little guild meeting, or it's a bit weird for me in that extent, but I honestly get why Web3 is going to work long term for contracts or utility or investment.
Just the implementation is going to take quite some time, because it's quite technical, and we already have a lot of people, even in my age, who are not really advanced with how they use technology. Most of the time, technology is like actually using them and taking the time from them. So what did I want to say with that? What was the beginning?
How I see Web3 working and why it makes sense.
And then it needs more implementation, or implementation is going to be hard. That's why, like, even in my age, most people do not use like technology for them. Okay, I'm getting back there. And based on that, I try to make the loop to go to my self-management program, where you basically learn how to learn where you learn how to manage your resources in a professional manner to make technology work for you and not the other way around. Because if you use technology in a proven way, where you simply always know where you're going to find what information, because there are all informations out there. But the problem is we have too many email addresses, we have too many tasks, we have too many calendars we use. We have like a setup of different kind of programs, which at the end have a lot of like, how to say, loose ends, where things just don't work together. And then that makes you frustrated, that makes you like procrastinating, because you know exactly that you need to face again the situation that when you now want to start that task, you actually do need to start like more close to where you started at the beginning, because a lot of the things you might already invest the time and research in, you just don't know where to find them again. So you need to do all the process again. So that can be really, how to say, demotivating. And by that, it's really, really important that we implement a system into our life where we just simply know where all the important information we need to live the life we want to live, where we can decide independently what to do and when to do and where to do it. we need to have a system in place which allows us to do that. And I worked on that for the last 3 years because of the reason that I decided in 2019 to have a big vision. I decided myself to think as big as possible. And when I saw like Elon Musk like shooting a car in the universe, or I'm not sure at what point that was exactly, but at a certain point, I realized for myself that with all the technology available and the mindset developed and the access to millions of people, if we do it the right way, we can, in a certain way, have the power to actually really shape the future we desire by building our own little ecosystem and a community that got each other's back. And doing that required a lot of attention to different kind of projects. So we have, for instance, we have t-shirts I developed, and now we're just going on the physical part first. We have glasses which got developed. It's blue light glasses, 2 different designs, and we have a speaker, Bluetooth speaker. I'm not going to go too much in detail in this video right here because I actually didn't plan to talk about it, but now let's go. Then here we have some bracelets. I only have those ones here right now, but I think it's 9 or 10 or 11 different color combinations. And in those bracelets, for instance, you're going to see, like in the inside, you're going to see there are like values involved. So we have values such as self-love, trust, honesty, respect, and this bracelet should give us the opportunity to wear a certain mindset and represent by that like who we are and what we stand for. Same for the glasses, or not really the same, it's a little bit different. We have underwear, which is basically the idea behind that was I bought too many different underwears all over the years. I never found like the brand to really buy. And there are probably really, really good brands out there, but I just never found them. And I think many people have that problem. So I want to solve that for me and also for you. The idea is to have one boxer short, which we can use for sport, which we can use for swimming, which we can use for going to work if you have like a suit or something. So it's like still tight, but not too tight, but tight enough to do sport. So it's like it should be an all-rounder in a certain way. And I'm really happy with this one. I tried it now for over 1 year, and I'm not going to change back. So this one is perfect. I really enjoy it. So all the products I'm producing, I produce not only for myself, but also for you. And so let's see. We also got some new caps. Those ones are the snapback caps collection 2022, I think. Not sure, 22. And you can see, you have the slogan, make it yours on the end, which is just like implementing of live your own life, make your own decisions, and shape the future you desire. You have inside, you have a QR code. I'm going to talk more about that, but it's a perk basically. So this QR code gonna give you like access to an exclusive page at a certain time. And there you're gonna have like nice, let's say, investment opportunities, growth opportunities, many different things. But stay tuned, not too much about that yet. Then we have the new collection, because this one I used for really long. And I really like it, but at a certain time, I really have to say it's not like the perfect fit, but it looks good, depends on the people. I hope not, this is not too bad. So let's put that here. I wanted to have a cap which actually have a perfect fit. I use that slogan, perfect fit, since 2020 when I traveled the first time to Thailand, and I had a Thai girlfriend at that time. And I don't know why, but some connection was there, and we named this slogan perfect fit. I do not remember all the details right now, but I still remember that, and I really like that, and I always wanted to implement it into my products, but it never really suited because this one was no perfect fit, so I couldn't advertise it at it, but this one really is. So we have different kind of designs. We have the classic line, so with this one being most likely the most famous color at NTK. Let's put this one on, so that's going to be good. But blue, let's change that back. let's go for this one. Good. I hope that's fine. You're going to see they're all like set up in the same way. It's like high quality production. It's the best I can produce. I do caps since 2018, I guess, or even 16, 17. So I have around 5 years experience of doing caps. But this one is definitely the nicest one I ever did, and I'm really, really proud of it. So this is the classic with never try, never know, going all along here. The logo over here. Inside the same, again, the labels, which are like equal everywhere. Then we have the slogan inside, never try, never know. And on the back, as mentioned before, make it yours, your life, your decision, your future. That's the classic one. And then the pineapple one, which I'm also wearing right now. You can see like really high quality embroidery. And again, same thing. Inside also, same thing. And this one on the back says, enjoy the ride. So it's representing basically that it's more about the journey and not really the goal. So let's not think about if we can achieve how far we can go with this movement, but let's just give it a try and see. And if you want to join, then I'm really happy to have you on board. Just book an analyze call and we're going to figure out like how that might fit. And that's the same for all the pineapple caps. Enjoy the ride. Then we have this one, the smiley, which you can also see implemented here. And it's also implemented here. It basically says in Japanese, smile, and it just should remind us that smiling is like one of the biggest powers if you want to get back in a good mood. So if you feel a little bit sad, just try it. It actually works. And yeah, I didn't show you enough. So here you see again, I hope you can see that, really, really nice. I'm actually surprised. I didn't expect that quality, but really, really good. On this one, on the back, we have a different slogan. It says, make me laugh. And that should remind us to, if we communicate with others, just be nice to one another and support another to grow. And make people laugh instead of crying. Or for joy, you can make them cry, and that's okay. But then most likely after that, they're going to laugh. So, all good. And then we have this one. Available in only 2 colors, nude and gray. And you're gonna see here all the colors. This is like the first collection available. And this one says in the front, love. And in Japanese again. And now I'm not sure, like, but what would you say what it is? Look in the comments, or like put it in the comments. Or like just think about it, because probably now you're just gonna watch that. And this one actually means yourself. And it should remind us that we should really remember that we are the only one who needs to live with us for the rest of your life. So you need to make sure that you're really in a good relationship with yourself. You need to know your values, you need to define your direction, and you really need to figure out who you are and who you want to be. Because then only you can take the right decision that serve you and your mind, so you're not confused or you don't regret things. And yeah, that's kind of like the key to happiness. And this one should always remind us, love yourself. Again, never try, never know, which is just like the main slogan, like you need to try, else you would never know. It's logical. I think I don't have to explain that one. And on the back of this one, we have love over fear. And yeah, it's just, if you need to make a decision in life, you either do it for love or you do it for fear. If you do it for fear, go deeper till you do it for love. That is the way I would try to explain that in one sentence. I hope some of you can resonate with that.